Farming is special for a couple different reasons. We're taking care of the earth. We are, really cultivating it. We're then using, all of the soil and the sunshine and the rain and all of this to feed the world. Also, as farmers, we're essentially doing it together, right? That's how we're all connected.
Welcome to Minnesota, where you never know when you're going to get in the field. But also, welcome to the Wilts family.
My name is Katie.
I'm Hannah Libby Love.
Harmon Wilts is my name. We live in Minnesota, Swift County, 4 miles north of Kirkhoven.
I am an agricultural economist.
During the day, I am an ag teacher, and then, of course, farm with our family all other times.
I work as a farmer, and I work also as a business development specialist with a farmer cooperative.
We grow corn, soybeans, and sugar beets, and we have approximately 1,600 acres of cropland.
It's so unpredictable here. This year we had to wait, and it kept snowing and another snowstorm.
But that's just kind of the nature of the beast, I think, because it is just a chaotic, everything has to happen at once type of thing.
We've worked all year. How do we get it all done and just boom, 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 and have everything go really smooth? Last time before spring, we were trying to decide, do we buy a new planter, do we not? And we knew that we needed more technology on the planter so that we could do a better job of planting. And we decided that we need to pull the trigger and buy the planter, so we did. One of the great things about the new planter is it works fantastic. The bad thing about a new planter is if it breaks down, there's not enough parts around, so you have to order them in and it might take 1 or 2 days.
We kept blowing fuses, but we couldn't find what was causing the issue. So it's kind of one thing after another. It wasn't going our way. Then it rained. When it rains, it pours.
Yeah, change happens very fast.
So what's at stake is you're going to be delayed in planting. That means delayed yield, delayed revenue. It means you might miss an ideal window, and it might be a long time before you get that crop back in.
I think that's one thing that on our farm, it kind of comes down to how you handle those situations, right? So when you have a breakdown, which is inevitable, you can get mad. You can, throw the towel away and quit for the day, or you can keep trying to work through it.
When we first started farming, our number one goal was just to keep the land we had in the family, so the next generation or two could do this if they want to. And it's growing to be way more than Gina and I would have ever thought.
If we're going to have a business together, what's the best way to get into the business?
Back in the day, Harmon probably had everything up in his head, and it's really hard to take that and give it to Katie or Libby and I.
And as the girls have come into the operation, being more involved in other things, and the more people you have, the more important it is to have a central place they all can look, to be on the same page, so to speak.
I think having the data is monumental, especially for, our farm. We're able to see historical data. It really makes decision-making much more efficient and makes us more confident in our decisions as well.
If I look at FieldView, it gives me a lot of peace of mind because I have all the records of what we've done on the farm that help me. So I think it's been really valuable for me to transfer some information to the girls.
When we're able to see exactly how our fields are performing year over year, especially on our farm, we run a lot of different trials within fields to compare side by side different, varieties. We're able to compare our strip till versus conventional tillage. Ultimately, FieldView really helped with better farm management decisions.
I think it all starts with your mindset of what beauty is. Back 10 years ago, beauty was probably we went through with the digger, the corn's coming up against a black backdrop of soil. For us now, the beauty is to have that strip of black where we put the corn and then we have residue on each side of it. With the whole carbon market, there are going to be some dollars available for farmers that do some of these things that reduce carbon.
And so the carbon program is a way to really add that diversification in, hopefully bringing in an additional revenue source.
Our anniversary does fall during planting season. And what does Harmon tell everybody now?
Said you cannot get married between April 16th and May 16th because that's planting. So we said, let's get married April 15th. We did that. We had a wedding at the shop here. There was snow on the ground, and it was a great time, a beautiful day, and now we're planting. So
that's why the 16th of May was our day.
Just in the nick of time.
Yep.
Gina, thank you for the last 31 years.
Oh, you're so welcome.
It's been wonderful. So I can't imagine hanging out with somebody else.
I'm very proud of my marriage with Gina. She has been a great partner and teammate, so it's been all encompassing. It's been more than I could have thought about. Gina maybe wouldn't say it that way, but I will.
Well, the journey with Harmon, it's definitely a commitment. It's not easy. Some days are difficult, more difficult than others, but it's well worth it in the long run.
She is a big part of the operation. If we need rides, get parts, bring meals to the field, make tough decisions, she's there to really help us.
We just believe that we need to thank people for helping us. So I don't have a problem doing that. It's busy, it's crazy, but I think people appreciate it ultimately.
he doesn't cry, but he clears his throat often if he's starting to get emotional.
You can tell he gets choked up.
I think a lot of it I've learned from them is you need to treat people well and take care of them. I would say a lot of times I catch myself kind of just looking at them and kind of smiling and feeling pretty proud that they're doing the things they're doing.
I would say I learned from my dad, everything is all about attitude. It's something that he has really taught us and has passed down to, I would say, all three of us girls. It's all about how you handle things, especially with agriculture. Not everything is going to go your way. It's going to storm. You're not going to get your seed in the field when you want to. There's going to be hail throughout the year. And it's all about approaching the farm and approaching life in general just with a palms up, happy attitude.
From a global perspective of raising food, that is a little emotional too, from the standpoint that we get to help raise food for people. It's almost like a little bit of doing God's will, that we are helping other people nourish them as well.
You know, it's all God's creation, and we like to see it get in the fields. We like to see it get watered. We like to see, you know, the growth and the fruit of our labor. So it's a good day.